Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This video will be featuring my Jibun Techo V6 Slim, same planner that I used last year. Very happy with it. I will pop up shops on the screen as we go for the pages that are not super cluttered with stickers. Any other stickers will be linked, or the shops will be linked below. Also, I will at this point, they will be set up. Chapters will be set up so that you can skip ahead. So the first part of this video, I'm kind of doing a flip through of what I've got so far, showing you the different things about this planner. And then I will go in and do a monthly plan with me and then a regular weekly plan with me. So that note I put in every planner. It's from my son. He was probably around 10 when he wrote that. He hid it in my wallet. He has dysgraphia, which makes it very, very difficult for him to write. So don't let the messy handwriting give you the wrong impression. He wasn't, like first grade. Anyway, these are just some stickers that I've collected or made. That first 2023 rabbit sticker there is the one that I test printed. And then the Passion Planner one was a freebie a couple of years ago with a Passion Planner. I don't know if you can actually still get that. Here, I kind of just outlined what my ideal routines would look like, what chores I would accomplish. I think the washi tape is Little Planet papery. I'm not completely certain. I have also listed out the different chores or tasks that my children are responsible for. They are teenagers, and I just have not finished moving those over completely to this planner. The Year at the Glance pages, I don't usually use them other than just referencing things, so we'll see what happens. I doubt that I'll utilize it. This year I decided to use the Calendexo as a mood tracker. That little post-it note is from Jan Cat, and I like it that it's wider boxes, so if I need to, I could write something small over the top. If you'll notice through here, some of this, there'll be like little notes jotted down on the pages. And that's because I went through and looked up on JetPens. They have a translation. This is a Japanese planner, and just wrote in the translation for different sections that I might use. The book list I definitely used. I used it last year for a couple of months. I'm a voracious reader. I can go through about 20 full-length novels in a month, depending on my schedule. So I do try to keep track of what I've listened to and or read. I generally like to read it on my Kindle rather than listen, but I've gotten into the habit of listening to audiobooks while designing. That other book list is for things that are pre-ordering or waiting for the next in a series. The Jibun Techo has habit trackers built into the planner itself, and it gives you a lot of room for several habits. And this year, I really want to focus on my business, but more importantly, on self-care. Mental health issues like depression, PTSD, and anxiety like I have can make it difficult not only just to get out of bed some days, but also to take care of myself, even hygiene-wise. So I want to, keep track that I'm taking care of my hygiene, that I'm actually bothering to get dressed because I work from home. I think it's important for my overall mental state to do that. So I did start using this in November. So the planner, the previous planner did go through all the way into the first week of the year. And then this one goes all the way back to November for the months and for the weekly. It also the habit trackers as well. So I did go ahead. I was too excited. I couldn't wait and started using it. So I decorated November, decorated December. My monthly calendars are very light most of the time these days, just because we're home buddies. We're not doing a whole lot out of the house. My mental health has gotten to a point where I'm kind of a hermit, so we stay home. For doing pre-planning, I just stuck a sticky note in from Unicorn Eclipse. It's a new shop that I'm very fond of. Their stuff is always beautifully color saturated, whether it be notepads, stickers, or keychains. Fantastic. You guys should check them out. I'm not sponsored. They're just really good shop. They're very nice. So the charms I got ages ago from Paper and Alley, and I just slipped them between the cover and the back of the book and took out the red and black ribbon that was original to the planner itself. And I've been using those to mark my pages. So here I was writing down, I know it's a lot, writing down different tasks that I wanted to get done for the month and realized it was overwhelming. Then I just started using it casually. As you can see, some weeks there's lots of stickers, some weeks there's not. This particular week I got into Coral Island, which is a new game on the PC that is really, really good. It's still in its very early stages. But yeah, I really, I like this planner. That's why I repurchased it. Although I have to admit, the common planner is intriguing. I was looking at that and maybe next year. This week I was really bad about tracking what was going on. So I just slapped a sticky note in there with what I could remember. So that I think if anything else, if I don't fill out every page, if I can at least do that for the year, I'll be a happy camper. That I had the flu at the very beginning of this week. Didn't wake up. I suddenly just very sick to my tummy for a few days. And then this spread is all the Coffee Monsters Co. I like how it turned out. I like that it's busy and full, but if you actually take a moment to read it, it looks a lot more like I did a lot more than I actually did. Some of it's just notes about certain things. And then on Christmas week, I did fall off of writing things down in this past week because busy. It's the holidays. And while I'm doing this, I realized that, I filmed this on Sunday the 1st. I was like, well, hell, I can go ahead and write something down for this day. And I did finish filling out the rest of that after last night, after the day was over, what I ended up doing. So the week that we're actually going to be planning is this upcoming week, the 2nd to the 8th of January. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and plan my month of January and my monthlies. I'm going to keep my spreads for the months pretty straightforward and simplistic. Like I said, I'll probably continue the trend I liked when I was doing this, that I had pre-planned some to-dos that I wanted to accomplish in January on a Post-it note rather than writing them in, because sometimes my decorations will overlap some of that area. So I'm hesitant to write stuff in unless I am done decorating and know for certain what I want to do. It also gives me time to mull over what I want to accomplish and whether or not it's too much to accomplish. I have a really bad habit, I think a lot of people do, of giving myself too much to accomplish, which is like not being realistic about what I'm going to accomplish in a day. Not what I can accomplish in a day, but what I will actually accomplish in a day. If I were a perfect person, I would just get everything done. But I am not a perfect person, and I enjoy, surfing on the internet, or I get an idea and I'm inspired and suddenly I'm drawing. In any case, the washi tape that I'm using for this is from Happy Daya, and I think it came with their winter subscription box a couple of years ago. But one of the things I liked about it was the use of the black with the pink. It's very, you don't see a lot of that in the planning community, like just really bold black like that. And I don't know, I like the contrast, the juxtaposition between the lighter colors and then the bold black. That is a freebie. It's either from Chic Street Sticker Boutique or it's from Sticky Sloth. I don't know. Both shops will be listed below, so check them both out. But that's an old freebie from a few years ago. It says, "I am where I'm meant to be," which I think is a really good sentiment to start out the year. Don't have regrets. Don't lament your position in life. Just understand that's where you are. And if you want to change that, work towards it, right? Sound like a self-help book. I could totally be a self-help book person, but not listen to any of that shit that I just spouted. So fear not, I am a regular person and self-help is a beautiful thing, but I am just not of a personality that can absorb it and use it, and it's frustrating. But anyway, so now I'm writing down the different things I want to do. If you'll notice there, the first thing I'm talking about or writing down was about a Twitch setup. So I have really recently gotten into gaming. I am in my 40s and am learning the gaming community lingo and stuff all over again. I used to game years ago in my 20s, but when I had a kiddo, I was like, oh, I can't game. I get too into it. Don't have time. So, but I want to start streaming on Twitch, and I'm really kind of excited about it. Like, I have several friends who are quite a bit younger. I could be their mom, basically, that were talking to me about it and gave me the idea. I'm also going to set up something called Ko-fi. I'd looked into Patreon and set one up for an art channel that I never got off the ground completely. But I don't like the fact that Patreon is so centered around membership, like monthly stuff, because personally, my finances are such that I wouldn't necessarily have the ability to pay a monthly fee. Whereas Ko-fi allows, you can have membership tiers like that, but they also allow people just to drop in and drop you $1 or $3, whatever it is, whenever they want to donate to your art or whatever the case is, they can just gift it to you. And I really prefer that. I believe that's more of what being a patron of the arts is about, is you find someone you like and it gives you the option to do what you're able to do. And I wish more artists that I loved had a Ko-fi, because I would be more than happy to drop them a few bucks every now and again, because I can't afford to pay their monthly fees. And it's not their fault. It's not that their fees are crazy expensive. I just am in a financial situation. I can't do that. So yeah, we are moving on. We're going to be using a Hobonichi Weeks kit from Josephine Bow. I bought last year or the year before, and it is in the holographic rainbow foil. I really love her kits. Her foiling is impeccable. I believe she's UK based. I remembered that it took quite a while for me to receive these. But like I said, that was a year or two ago. It may have even been during the height of COVID, which mail, of course, was extraordinarily slow. I was going to use this, I think, maybe a little Planet Papery, I don't know, because it works so well. And then I set it over there to the left of my desk and kind of forgot about it, which is really sad because it would have worked brilliantly with this particular kit. So it's been a while since I've decorated anything to this extent, like getting this into it. Oh, that little ruler's from Some Little Things, from a box that they had. And at this point, I realized that I could actually cut the date covers because of the way that Josephine Bow had them situated on the page, and use them across the top. So I went ahead and did that with my slice tool. That's what I was doing with the ruler off camera there. I'm blind enough that I apologize. There's going to be several times where things go off camera, and that's because I have to almost put my nose to the page to be able to see what I'm doing. In any case, and that's not just because I'm old. I've been blind that way my whole life. In any case, so I'm going through now and I'm putting on date dots that I believe are from the Giving Girl. Her shop is still open. Those date dots are super old. As you can see, Tater was very excited to join us for this plan with me. He and I, we didn't argue, but there was definitely debate on whether or not he was truly being beneficial to the process of planning. He really loves my charms on my planner and often will get excited when I pull them out. So I am going through at this point and whiting out the stuff at the top. And as you all know, if you've been watching, I am not good with whiteouts. One might say that that part of my brain doesn't function appropriately. Do you see how I edited there? I did that. Yep. Picked a different explanation than using a not nice word. In any case, so I laid down this glitter washi tape, which I got, I don't know, ages ago. I think just from an office supply store. And I'm laying them down, and I realized while I'm laying them down, or after I laid them all down looking at it, that I didn't bother to white out the little weather symbols underneath of the dates there. It's really quite nice. They give you little icons that you can kind of just put a mark through and write down the temperature underneath of it, and you've got your weather for the week. So what I ended up doing is going ahead and laying down the strips from the kit itself that are made to go the length the long way down the Hobonichi Weeks planner. So it gave me more than enough lengthwise to cover up that little area of boxes. And then I just kind of, I don't know, stuck down the date covers where I thought they looked best with the design. So yeah, and it worked pretty well. They're staying stuck down. They haven't moved or anything. Sometimes when you remove stickers, it gets a little bit wonky and they don't sit quite right anymore, but those are doing well. I whited out the calendar there and then put the pretty text box, decorative box over the calendar. As you can see, the Hobonichi Weeks boxes fit really nicely in this planner, even if they're a little bit too small. And what I'm doing here is that she had the bottom washi for the Hobonichi Weeks, and the right page is not quite long enough. So what I've done in the past, and I did this time, is I use a decorative box to fill in that last little area. And then the strip that I cut off from the other one filled in the last little bit that I had to cover there. Generally, I'll put like a character sticker or something over it, but it's subtle enough with this particular kit that it didn't bother me terribly much. And then I'm putting my boxes, the little note boxes that are common with kits like this, at the top. And what I've decided I want to do with those this week is that as each day passes this week, at the end of the day or in the morning the next day, I want to either write a note there or put a character sticker, something that symbolizes what the highlight of the day was. Now, what I'm showing you here is a sneak peek of some new products that'll be coming to my shop. These are all hand drawn by me. I have a gamer pack of vinyl die cut stickers. They are waterproof, and they have the star holographic foiling over the top. And I will be selling, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to sell them as a pack or as individuals, but I have headphones, a mouse, a Xbox style controller, and then WASD for those of you who are not gamers. On the computer, on a PC, WASD is generally what you use to control the direction. Now, this particular sheet is a prototype. I don't think I'm going to go with this design per se, but I was just showing you that I am also going to create a sheet of smaller versions of the larger stickers for people like me who do gaming, so that they can decorate in there like that and have the option whether it's PC or console kind of thing. Although a lot of the times now you can use those console controllers with your computer because they're Bluetooth or wireless. So yeah, I could go on about gaming. I've been playing a game called DayZ, which is a zombie post-apocalyptic first-person shooter type game. However, my other half, I decided to play with him because he was playing it on a server that it was a roleplay server. So, you didn't have to people weren't shooting at you all the time. It wasn't like player versus player all the time. So I got into role-playing with a whole bunch of people in there. I've made some fantastic friends. And very good friend has actually started his own server, and he's going to have it become a roleplay server. So I am assisting him with creating the lore, the story, the basic background, the foundation of the story of the world that the people are going to play in. And it's a lot of fun. It's absolutely free to play. You have to purchase the game itself, and there's no buy to win kind of crap. It's, he hosts it on a server. It's absolutely free to play. You just have to write a little character background and then submit it. But the server's in testing right now with us and several of our friends, and it is going, hopefully, if all goes according to plan, this upcoming Friday, it will actually be live. So I'll pop some information down in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. Oh, this was so sad. So the struggle is real. I put that on crooked because I couldn't find my forceps, first of all. That's why I'm not using them, my tweezers. But in any case, I put it on crooked, and my sticker paper and Josephine's bow sticker paper do not get along. They both come off of the paper in the planner beautifully, but to each other, they are toxic. So unfortunately, that did not survive. So we're going to have to do it again. And I'm going to write it off. It'll be off screen right now, but I'm just writing down the server is live, and then we'll put it back on. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, I would love to meet some of you via the roleplay server. And for those of you that aren't familiar with roleplay stuff, I'm not talking about kinky shit, not that kind of roleplay. But basically you take on the personage of a character that you've created that fits in with the world that's presented to you, and you play that person, that personality. It kind of looks role-playing is really therapeutic because it is a form of escapism that obviously does not involve drugs and things like that. Yeah, so you should check it out. If you have any more questions about role-playing, hit me up, ask me down below. I will happily answer anything. I've been role-playing since I was about 14, 15 years old, so almost 30 years. So after I sat there in deep thought for way too long, I realized I still had the weekend banner. And the weekend banners for the Hobonichi Weeks kits, no matter what shop they're from, are always going to be too small for the Jibun Techo. So I figured out that it's roughly 2 squares on either side of the banner. For Josephine Bow anyway, it's fairly centered. It's not exact, but it is fairly centered. And, you know, I've had people ask me, why don't you make your own sticker kits for the Jibun Techo? And the answer is, why bother when these kits work really well? And this planner's not super popular on the market. So as a business, it doesn't make sense for me to invest the time to do that. So now I'm just going back and checking my to-dos for the month to see if I can actually break down any smaller parts of those goals and apply them to the to-do list for the week. And of course, I'm taking my sweet time. I am going to be listing here. Yeah, I'm going to mail some orders. I have a couple of orders that have come in. Thank you very much to, if you're listening or watching, for those who have ordered recently. I'm going to get those shipped off this week, print, cut, and shipped. Some of them are ready to go, but there's one that I still need to do a print and cut with. I also, let me see, I've got my planner in front of me. Oh, I've been considering using my A6 rings again. And I really love rings because of the versatility, but I may set it up so that it's just business stuff only, a place to track finances in and out, you know, ideas and, you know, a calendar for social media posts, so on and so forth. So if you guys would be interested in seeing a video on how I end up setting it up, let me know down below and I will definitely do that for you. I've got to edit this video, which obviously I'm doing now. And then I'm going to start doing vlogs. I will announce when I get that channel. It's going to be a separate channel than this set up. But I think I'll do them monthly. So it's not going to be a huge volume of videos all at once. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I had at this time. My son, of course, called right after I finished filming, and we have decided that we're going to play a game together over the internet on Sundays that we'll set aside time specifically. So I did put a little note there for myself on Sundays. You'll see all of that if you follow me on Instagram at nerdy.jess. You can see how this this spread turned out. I hope everybody's happy and healthy. Happy planning and peace.